Berzerk, a game by Stern Electronics. This is the same company that gave us awesome classic Stern pinball machine titles like Meteor and Sea Witch. So they made video games too. And they didn't just distribute them, but they also made them. There was a man that worked for them in I'm going to call it the nerd group called Universal Research Laboratories, URL. Kind of funny because a URL is an address that we use on the internet, right? You type in www.whatever, sternpinball.com, that's a URL. I think that's interesting. Anyway, the guy's name, Alan McNeil, he has a dream one night about a black and white video game with robots, and he creates Berserk. That's pretty cool. The problem with a black and white video game, though, is it's 1980, and if you do a black and white video game, you're looking like the old technology of, Tombstone and Night Driver and stuff that's just black and white Bronze Era video games. You got to do this in color. So they have to come up with a color system, and the way they do that is to do this color overlay, which the game is written for black and white, so they have to have some sort of intelligence to look at the artwork on the screen where the player characters or whatever are and color them. It's strange. It just seems like so much extra effort. But the year's 1979 probably, and they just couldn't change, I guess, their entire operating system or their CPU or whatever. Lots of development maybe had been done. So they come up with this game with this color overlay, and most people didn't know the difference. Well, here is the cabinet, and the cabinet is big. It's a 19-inch monitor like everything at that time, and it's laid horizontally. You can see the control panel's simple. We've got a joystick with a fire button for left or right players, right-handed, left-handed. Player 1 start, player 2 start. If you look underneath the control panel over to the left, there is a line underneath in the cabinet. It goes all the way to the bottom. Here, I'll point it out. It's this line right here. That's a door that you can open, and if you open it, you'll actually see inside of it this. So whenever you have this system in here with this many boards, and you can see the transformer and there's a power supply up there, there's a lot of circuitry. It's a lot going on in this game. And my Berserk that I had issues with the power supply. There's a lot of little ribbon cables that jump boards together. Those are carrying all kinds of address and data bus information. So even for one little microsecond, if there's a glitch, the game locks up or something doesn't work right. So there were a lot of potential intermittent failures in this system. It was huge. All of this stuff could be easily made off of a tiny microcontroller today. A Raspberry Pi, an old one, would have no problem doing this game and 5,000 others, right? Well, maybe 3,000 others. But regardless, this is what we had. Look up here at these EEPROMs. Those are with the yellow stickers. So to do the sequel to this game, you really only had to change these out. And I think one more chip was all. Okay, for the non-technical types, they don't really care. Let's look at the sequel. Here's our Frenzy. Frenzy comes out 2 years later, 1982. Uses the exact same board set like I'm talking about with the new EEPROMs and another chip. And you have a whole new game. Now, in this case, great for the manufacturer, but for the people that had this game out in public or they owned, say, 5 Berserks, they probably wanted to do a conversion kit and quickly make their game a Frenzy rather than pay for another cabinet and go through all that stuff. However, seeing an orange Frenzy cabinet like this looking that good, kind of neat. Kind of neat. So I told you I owned one of these before, a Berserk, and it was a cool game, but it just didn't have the staying power for me to keep around. It's kind of boring. It just is. Now what you're going to see in this version of MAME is very pixelated. It's pixelated. It shows you every hard edge in this version of MAME. There are other versions of MAME where it doesn't look so hard and defined. I'm going to jump right in, though, and explain the game mechanics briefly. You're in a maze. You're immediately plopped into it. I'm the green humanoid character. There are these yellow robots, right? And the yellow robots in this first wave do not fire at you. So all you have to, all you have to do is avoid them and avoid the walls, and you're going to be just fine. This was a problem because this game, unlike so many other games, you can't touch the walls. You touch the walls, you die. Touch a robot, you die. Robot shoots you, you die. And then there's a bouncing smiley face called Evil Otto, named after Alan McNeil, the developer of the game, a former employer he used to work at Dave Nutting Associates, which used to make a lot of games. Dig it up. Look at the history. Dave Nutting Associates made games and sold them to so many people. Very cool history there. Anyway, Evil Otto is named after a guy, and I can't believe it's written right here, Dave Otto. They've called out a guy because the guy was a jerk. So McNeil goes over to Stern, and he creates a game, and he calls the one thing you cannot kill in his game, Evil Otto. Wow, that's brutal, huh? I wonder how old Dave Otto felt about that. Who knows? Anyway, mechanics of the game are hard. It's a hard game to play. So making it even harder is this joystick that they had. I'll show it to you. The joystick was an optical joystick. Here it is. Let's zoom in on it. I know it's technical and you guys probably don't care, many of you, but briefly, here are 4 optos. The joystick goes up, down, left, right. So if you go diagonal, you're going to activate 2 optos here. You go move the joystick bottom this way. You're going to activate these 2 optos. They're going to be translated here. We're going to have a little op amp that's going to register this and boost the signal and send it back to the computer. The problem is optos get dirty. And there's little plastic bits in the joystick bottom that if they shift or move a little bit will cause this to either not function or kind of function intermittently. So it looks like instead of just going left, you hit the joystick left, and instead of moving left, you move maybe an inch, then stop. Then maybe you move again because it's dirty. It's wigging out inside. So they had to get rid of this and start putting in good old regular joysticks. What's that? That's a joystick with just regular contacts, metal contacts that touch together. Okay, just had to say that briefly. Back to our game. So we're in demo mode. I'm not playing. You'll hear a speech synthesizer that will talk. That was really the gimmick in the game. There was no game that I saw in the arcades that was talking yet in 1980-ish. When this game comes out, that came later. But Berserk did. Now, I'm not saying Berserk was the first. Did you catch that right there, by the way? That bullet went right through his head. It went right between his head and his body. So it kind of went right through the neck. One other note about this game, I'm going to pause it here for a second, is the sprite, which makes up Evil Otto here, which makes up the robots, makes up our character, was absolutely defined by the pixel. That means that instead of it just being a square that would collide with the wall or Otto or whatever, you could get unbelievably close to things, including a bullet going between your head and your body, and it would pass right through. There were a lot of games that didn't do this for a long, long time. They just had blocks around a character, and if that block smashed another block, that was called a collision, and then the game would react to that, meaning Mario died, or whatever game, Pac-Man died. Here, it was so well defined. I mean, I just find it amazing that it allowed such a thing as a bullet going through your neck to even happen. Seeing this in the demo mode, a lot of kids tried it. It didn't work out so well. They died. Let's play the game. My goal is to beat my old high score, 2,800, which is going to be a feat. I put a quarter in, and here we go. There's our speech. First wave, nobody is shooting at you. My goal, kill them all. Of course. By the way, I'm going to mention there's a time limit here because I can't just play here for very long. Otto's going to come out and he'll take me down. Another thing, I can hold my fire button. I better get moving. I'll show you that in the next level. But maybe I can hold my fire button down here and I can go up. Now I'm pointing to the left. Smash in. Cool. Pause. So whenever you kill the last guy, Otto starts moving faster. Otto can wreak havoc. You can use him to wipe out other guys. As soon as you wipe out all the guys, you get a bonus 100. That's kind of a lot for this game because the points are hard to come by. Unpause and I walk through the hole. Anywhere where there's a door, we'll call those doors, you can get out. Now I cannot shoot diagonally with a keyboard. If I do, I will die. I just can't beat him. I can't outpace him with a diagonal. Now later I'll try to do some diagonals, but for now, notice he's matching my speed. You literally have to run the second you see Otto, if there's nobody left on the screen to kill. But diagonals are really hard to come by because I'm playing with a keyboard, so it requires 2 key presses.
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
Okay, you're seeing how these other guys can whack their own dudes? That's the best. Now, hopefully, I'm going to get cocky here. Okay, I'm going to try to wipe him out. Remember my last guy? Ooh, it's going to speed up Otto, so I have to hustle.
The humanoid must not escape.
All humanoids must not escape. Look at me using diagonals. Why did I say that I wouldn't do that, and then all of a sudden I'm doing it? Well, because the activity with the red guys is, if there's a shot on the play field here, if we're going to call it that, I can actually kind of get away with shooting and moving around and getting a little bit more time without having to worry about them firing again. Now, when they're light blue, which I think is this level, yeah, they're going to be able to fire multiple bullets simultaneously. It's going to get harder. All right, here we go. Boom. Oh, I literally was trying to go down there. I really was at a diagonal. Keyboard malfunction, and I have them on this wireless keyboard. That's okay, because I suck at this game. Yes, I do most of them. Whew, look at him laying them down. Okay, let's bail. If I would have went down right there, I think it would have been death. Pretty certain. Yeah, I'm barely getting through this, honestly. It's all I can do. And the hope that Otto doesn't come out. In fact, I'm a little worried about... Okay, good. Thank you, dude, for killing your own guy. My kind of dude. There you go. So I got one dude here to get that bonus, and I'm just going to stand here until Otto waxes him. See how he's following me? Well, he did for a minute. He's not coming down, though, so I better stay put. Okay. I think I beat my score of 2,800. Okay, these guys are murderous. I'm not going to make it very far. Promise. Yeah. Well, I managed to do what I hoped to do. Beat my old score. So yeah, I'm going to put up initials here for me. Boom. Okay. 3340. Let's get out of this. And that's all there is, guys. It's just going to continuously get harder and harder, faster and faster. Seeing people play this game back in the day was pretty neat. You know, you're listening to the speech, the different pitches. You're trying to figure out how many phrases it says. Berserk became pretty popular. There was even a board game made after it. It seemed like these little characters, especially Evil Otto, was on his way to becoming a part of arcade history big time. I'm sure the game made tons of money. I've seen people move, including me as teenagers, that entire cabinet by yanking that joystick to try to move and like screaming the whole time. It was a hoot. You really seen people get into this game. But 2 years later, this game is old hat and they need something else. So what are they going to do? They're going to come out with Frenzy. So Frenzy is really the same game, but they've added some really neat features to it. For one, I can shoot through the walls and create my own escape. 2, I can ricochet my bullets off of hard surfaces. 3, walls don't hurt me. That's good. You can see my high score is 58-48. Okay, pause this thing. Bullets flying everywhere. They're not just robots. They're skeletons, which I have no idea why. And then we have this other looking thing that's kind of strange. It looks like rivets everywhere. You can shoot those out unless they're of the yellow color or kind of an off yellow color. Those are, we'll call them like girders. You can't shoot through those. You can absolutely kill yourself by shooting directly into a reflective wall and the bullet bouncing off and hitting you. Otto is here and you can kill him. But when he comes back, which will happen like right away, he will come back pretty fast. So let's dive in and you check it out here. In the demo mode, you're seeing reflections everywhere. Absolutely bonkers this game was. I found Frenzy to be harder, but fun. I mean, more fun. Okay, our guy just killed Otto. He's going to try again. Maybe not. No, he's just going to stand there and take a bullet. Best way to do this is just play it, so let's do it. Okay, I still get that moment of nobody shooting here for a second. And then, of course, the first level, they're not shooting. Skeleton guys, vertically shooting them is tough. You have to coax them over, and they're moving quite slow, so it kind of sucks. Or you have to be like ahead of the game there. There we go. Horizontally, no problem. Wax these guys and bail. Remember, reflective surfaces. This is where I will fail miserably. And just paying attention to what I can shoot through, what I can't. See, like that one right there. The good news is you can really wax through them rather quickly.
Robot attack.
Robot attack. Oh, geez. That worked out beautifully. Let's wax him out one time. There we go. And note that I can go on the ones for points just by shooting the wall's little balls there. You gotta watch that. Oh, dude. So they are out for blood now. They're really trying to hurt me. I was trying to take advantage of that one moment where they're not shooting at the very beginning. I actually had a point in my life where I was decent at this game. Seriously. It was popular on some console games, not Frenzy, but just plain old Berserk. And I enjoyed it back then. Come on, dude. Just move over and take a bullet. Now, here's a problem. Otto's going to come after me, and I'm really close. And I need to not be so close here. I have no idea what the... Oh, I got a free guy. That's what that was. Okay, I'm just bailing. He comes out, I'm bailing. I don't care about the bonus of getting everybody. I just need to bail. Here we go. Come on. Play the game. Come on. Play the game. Beautiful. Oh, dude. I committed suicide right in the head. That did not take very long. 3577. Got to play one more time. Got to play one more time. So, listen, you guys got to play this game. If you've never played Frenzy, and maybe you've played Berserk but never gave Frenzy a chance, just do it. It's pretty cool. And there's a lot of neat strategy to this game compared to Berserk that got old rather quickly. You can do a lot more in this one. Keep you playing for a little while longer. But Berserk was really a stressful game for me, honestly. Like a lot of kids that played it, we just felt kind of stressed out by the game and didn't really want to play it. I mean, you'd play a couple credits in it and you were done. It's like, no way. I'm not going to play it. What happened there? Well, I plopped into the maze. I honestly didn't really recognize where I was plopping into the maze at. Should have paid closer attention.
Robot attack.
Already? Are you kidding? Okay, one Skeletor guy. And now we're done. Good. Yeah, I would really like to hear if any of you have memories of any of these games, honestly. What was it like? Where did you play it at? What was it, an arcade back in the cool golden era? The beautiful time as a kid whenever life was great. You rode your bikes to an arcade. You worked for quarters. You mowed lawns for quarters. Because that's what it was like for me. And it was great fun, man. Just loved it. And Frenzy out in the wild, we played it some. I just thought there was something graphically about it that I just didn't care for much, really, truthfully. What was that? I don't know. Was it the skeletons that didn't make sense to me? Probably. I think I had issues over the skeletons. Like, what has that got to do with Berserk and futuristic, robots and stuff? Skeletons make no sense. I'm serious. I'm still kind of thinking about it right now, going, what the heck is that all about? Yeah, these skeletons, man. Easy to kill on a horizontal shot, but vertically, you got to coax them to move. And if I hold them up against this wall, you probably get them. Yeah. Boom, we're done. I'm determined, aren't I, to try to beat that score? But, I'm quick to give up. And I even tried a diagonal shot there. I don't mind doing diagonals on a keyboard. It's just that they're... oh, yeah, watch that reflection there.
Robot attack.
I got to get out of here. I got to do something. Oh, nice. How did that bullet come through there horizontally? I'm going to have to watch this in a replay because that makes no sense to me how that just happened. Come here, Skeletor. No way. Already a robot attack? What a jerk. Yeah, don't even try it. Just, get out of there. Can't argue with that. Oh, he's going to shoot me diagonally too. Strategies. I think it's a quick assessment of the room to determine the location of people. How quickly can he process where they're at? Oh, you see how he's firing way up high? There we go. Process the room. Where's everybody at? What's reflective? What isn't? God, I got lucky there. You never know the timing of whenever Otto's going to come out. Making those real quick kind of moves is helpful. Joystick wise, that's the way to play the game. He should walk into that one, yeah, because he's moving my way. You remember, as nice as it is to park in one spot and just, I got lucky. And just hang out and try to wipe the room out. You can't because of this guy. Watch my head. Yeah, I'm not screwing around anymore. I just really would like to get a decent score here. Pay attention. Pay attention. This is my last time. I'm not going to bore anybody with another attempt. But yeah, that's it. I can't do it. Those diagonals on the keyboard just are not going to do it for me. But apparently at some point I got the big 5848. So what do you think about Frenzy? What do you think about Berserk? Do you remember either one? Does this video entice you to potentially play the game yourself? Pulling it on a MAME cab or, just using Launchbox like I do? I hope so. It's a ton of fun. Also, this wave, this is where people wanted to get. They wanted to get to a wave that had like this power generation or something. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I think if you shoot it, you can do something with it. I can't remember. There was a couple of these waves in Berserk, as I recall, or Frenzy, I recall, that you could alter maybe the behavior of these robots. I can't remember. So if anybody knows, please drop a note. Because I would love to hear. Really, this whole thing is not just me talking about these games. Hopefully, it's a community of people conversing about this. With a YouTube video, you can keep it around for many, many years. People can watch it. They can drop a lot of comments and discuss things. And I like that. I kind of like that, being able to look up a video and then seeing a discussion underneath where people share memories. It's not a Facebook group or anything, but in some ways it's easier to keep around for many more years than a Facebook group or post where those just seem to disappear. So hopefully you'll see that and join in the conversation. I look forward to it.